So I'm attempting to survive 100 days in hardcore Minecraft, which doesn't seem like a lot, but that's about 33 hours. And if you do enjoy it, I'd appreciate it so much if you would leave a like. In my attempt to survive 100 Minecraft days, I have a few goals I'd like to achieve. By the end of the 100 days, I'd like to have full netherite armor and tools, and I also want to kill the ender dragon. And hardcore Minecraft means you only have one life, so if you die, it's all over. I have never played hardcore Minecraft before, so this is definitely going to be an experience, but I still feel confident I can do it. Anyways, let's get on to the video. Day 1. The absolute first thing I did was grab wood. I then crafted a wooden pickaxe and mined for stone tools. I found some pumpkins which I thought might be useful later on, so I took them. Then I was wandering around and found a village, which was really lucky. The village was like 50 blocks from my spawn. I found some berries, which I took, and then I mined the potato and wheat farm. I then walked into one of the villagers' houses and found a chest. It didn't have anything really useful in it, but then I stole his bed. I then found another chest that was loaded with potatoes and seeds. And once again, I found another chest, but this time loaded with wood. I found a few more chests and got some pretty nice items. I then killed the iron golem for iron, which was really scary because I was naked and thought he might one-tap me, but luckily he didn't. Then I ran around looking for where I want to build a temporary shelter, and found a nether portal with tons of items. I got so lucky on my first day, finding a nether portal and a village. But to finish the night, I built a temporary house out of wood. I then placed a bed and a chest and slept for the night. So day 2. I attempted to go mining. I went into a cave and got overwhelmed with the amount of mobs. I managed to kill the mobs in the cave and found an enderman, which I managed to kill and got an ender pearl. Then I dug down, hoping to find some iron, and ended up digging into another cave full of mobs. I was mining this patch of iron and I ended up trapping this skeleton. I then peeked into the cave, which I saw so many creepers, and I didn't want to risk it, so I just dug back up. I went back to my house, smelted the ores I got, and realized I needed some food. So I killed some animals for sustenance and then set up a berry farm. That was basically all that happened in day 2. Day 3. I managed to craft almost full iron armor from the iron I smelt. I was just one iron off from full iron armor. I decided to craft a shield as they're super handy when it comes to mobs, especially creepers. I then mined back into the cave I found and just mined a ton. I was hoping to find diamonds, but I didn't really find much except iron and coal. I smelted some iron and crafted some iron boots and an iron sword. I then mined some more and went back to my house, smelted the ores I got, and slept. Day 4. I decided I finally needed to build a new house. My current one barely had enough space for a chest and a bed. I found the perfect spot for a new house, but there was loads of trees in the way, so I mined down all the trees and then I grinded some sand for glass. I then smelted the sand and the cobblestone for stone brick to make my house. By the time I did all of that, it was night time and there were a ton of mobs, so I slept. Day 5. The leaves from the trees were finally all gone, so I started on the house. As I was transporting items over, I got stuck in a block and almost died. I have no idea what happened, but I just couldn't move, and this could have been really bad. If I died here, I would have had to start everything over. I then finished the house, and I thought it looked pretty decent. I've never been a good builder in Minecraft, so in my eyes, it looked pretty good. Day 6. I kept needing food, so I decided to make a small berry farm. I put slabs on top of the berries this time, so I don't keep getting hit by them. I then flattened out the land around my house and removed some water pools, and that's all that happened on day 6. Day 7 to 11. I really wanted diamonds so I could get some better gear, so I decided to go mining. I looked around for some surface caves, but couldn't find anything, so decided to just mine straight down. I then strip mined for so long. I finally heard some water and hoped there was a cave nearby, which there was, but it was completely empty and led to a dead end. So I went back to strip mining, and shortly after, I finally found diamonds. Then I heard some lava nearby and mined towards it. It was just a massive lava pool, so I decided to craft a diamond pickaxe and get some obsidian for an enchantment table. I then strip mined again and got fed up and decided to leave. That's when I mined straight up into a mine shaft. There were so many mobs, I can't even tell you how many I killed. I mined a bunch of cobwebs for string so I could craft a bow later on. Then I found another enderman, which I killed, and he dropped a pearl. Then I started looking around for mineshaft chests. I then mined into a spawner and got poisoned by a cave spider. Cave spiders are no joke. They poison you and deal crazy amounts of damage, so I just ran away. I finally found a mineshaft chest and it had melon seeds, which was pretty useful. I then set a waypoint to the mineshaft and left before something went wrong. On the way back home, I found some cocoa beans and some bamboo. I then dumped all of my items in a chest and slept. Day 12 to 14. I built a cobblestone wall around my house so mobs can't camp outside. I spent most of day 12 mining out the land and making sure it's flat. I then destroyed my old berry farm as berries are very inefficient. I went to build a potato farm and realized that I cooked all the potatoes I had like an idiot. So I went back to the village and luckily found some potatoes there. I made a little potato farm and I also made a melon farm. I also realized that I needed sugarcane so I could craft books for the enchantment table. I found some sugarcane pretty close to my house and made a little farm. The cobblestone wall was done around the base. It looked terrible, but I guess it did the job of keeping mobs out. Day 15 to 18. I wanted to go to the nether, but knew that was a terrible idea without any diamond gear. So I decided to go back mining. I found a huge ravine pretty close to my house that led to a cave. The cave was pretty uninteresting. There was not much in there, but I did find a 2 vein of diamonds, which was pretty nice. Then I went back to strip mining and I found an 8 vein of diamonds, which was really clutch. I was just about to leave the mines when I found another cave which led to a mine shaft. At first I thought it was the same mine shaft I found before, so I turned on the waypoint I set and the waypoint was over 400 blocks away, meaning I somehow found another mine shaft. Also, if you're wondering how I have waypoints, I am using Lunar Client, which is a mod pack for Minecraft. I found a chest straight off the bat, which had a name tag in it, which was pretty okay. I then outplayed mobs by hitting them off the mine shaft, which worked pretty well. I found some emeralds, which was pretty new. I found none of them before. This mineshaft was absolutely huge, way bigger than the last one. I spent so long just looking around. Then I found 2 chests right next to each other. One of them had a golden apple in it, which was pretty good. After looking around some more, I left and went back to my house. Day 19. I didn't really do anything. I just mined natural sugarcane and I also mined some grass for seeds. Day 20. I finally fixed the cobblestone wall around the house as, let's be honest, it looked awful. The house looks so much better with the wall fixed. I made a trail from the house to the gate, which I thought looked pretty nice. Then I made a small little wheat farm. And for some reason, the potatoes I planted were taking forever to grow, so I bone mealed the potatoes and made a bigger potato farm. Day 21. I spent the entire day just baiting these cows back to my house so I could breed them. I couldn't find any cows near my house. The closest ones I could find were over 300 blocks away. So I had to transport them for 300 blocks, which took basically all day. Day 23. I spent all of day 22 AFK in my house so my farms would grow. I harvested all of my farms and then loads of mobs came from nowhere. I killed them and then some phantoms started flying at me, which was my first time seeing them in this world. As I was killing one of the phantoms, a creeper behind me blew up a part of my wall, so I had to fix that. Then I got started on an enchanting room. I finished the room in the same day and I thought it looked pretty nice. Day 24. I finally decided to sort out my chests. I had all my stuff dumped in random chests and it was a pain to find anything. I decided to build my house 1 block higher so I had more space for chests. So I mined some sand, smelted it and finished the house. Day 25. I thought I had enough cows, so I killed a few for leather and finally crafted an enchantment table. I then enchanted all my iron gear and my sword. I then found an enderman and killed him. I found another enderman about 10 blocks away from the one I killed. I was way too overconfident with my new gear and decided just to kill him, which could have ended very badly. I then enchanted my diamond pickaxe and built a nether portal. Day 26 to 28. I finally went to the nether. I started off by mining some quartz. There was this weird biome right next to my portal which I went to. Then this hoglin randomly started attacking me out of nowhere. I honestly didn't expect that he would attack me, as I thought you had to attack them first. This was my first time in nether on 1.16. So I had no idea what any of the items did, but I just collected them anyway. I then found a soul sand biome and took a bunch of soul sand so I could make a nether wart farm. Then I saw something strange in the distance, so I decided to check it out. It turned out to be a nether portal with a chest, and there was a looting too, which was really good. Then I mined a bunch of gold and a ghast appeared out of nowhere. I managed to kill it though. After some more exploring, I finally found a nether fortress. I found nether wart, which I took as I could finally brew some potions. I found a few chests with some pretty good gear in it. I bumped into a few wither skeletons, which I managed to kill. I then found a blaze spawner and patched it up, as they do a lot of damage and they put you on fire, and I didn't want to risk dying. I then found a new biome, which I thought looked really cool. On the way back, I found an enderman, which was really weird. An enderman in the nether? Regardless, I killed him with the looting 2 sword, and it only dropped 1 pearl. On the way back, instead of bridging like a normal person, I decided to speed bridge over a gap that was definitely big enough to kill me. But I managed to get back to my portal safe and sound. Day 29 to 32. I really wanted diamond gear, so I decided to do one more mining trip, and this would be the last mining trip in a long time. So I made 2 diamond pickaxes and enchanted them with efficiency 1. Then I headed into a direction I hadn't gone before, hoping to get lucky. I found a surface cave which was really big, and I wanted to make sure to mine everything, so I didn't have to come back anytime soon. I reached an end in the cave, so I dug straight down and dug into diamonds. Then I went back to strip mining and found another cave, and I found diamonds in that cave straight away. I found another cave after that, and the amount of mobs was ridiculous. Luckily I had my shield to protect me though. I then killed the enderman, which somehow did so much damage in 1 hit. Then in the same cave I found a zombie spawner. I took the items in the chest and set a waypoint in case I wanted to make a grinder with it later on. I went back to strip mining and found more diamonds. Then I found another cave which led to a mine shaft. This was the 3rd mine shaft I found in this world. I went as far down in the mine shaft as I could, because the further down I was, the more chance I had to find diamonds. I was exploring the mine shaft and heard water nearby. I dug into the direction of the water and found diamonds. I then found this pathway that went straight down to diamonds. This honestly looked like I just set it up or something, but I promise I didn't. I found some more diamonds very close to that. I decided I had enough and I mined up right into a village. I didn't find any chests, but I found bookshelves which were really useful. I then tamed a horse nearby as I had a saddle on me. Then went back the 600 blocks to my house with my new horse. Day 33. I wanted to build a brewing room with a nether wart farm, but I wanted some blocks from the nether to decorate it with. So I went to the nether and got a ton of blackstone, as I really liked that block. As I was mining blackstone, a ton of blazes suddenly started attacking me, and here I almost died. I was getting killed by 4 blazes, a magma, and a skeleton. I had to use my golden apple. I got really low, and without that golden apple, I probably would have died there. But as I was there at the blaze spawner, I decided to grind some blazes for some blaze rods. Day 34. I spent the day digging out a place for the brewing room. I finished the room in the same day and thought it looked nice. Day 35. I decided to enchant some books and upgrade my armor and my sword. I put protection 2 on my boots and upgraded my sword to sharpness 3. Then I brewed some fire res potions so I could go to the nether without worrying about dying to lava. Then I mined down a ton of trees for apples, as I ate my only golden apple and I didn't feel safe without one. I went back to my house to discover there was a creeper in my cow farm. How did it even get in there? Day Day 36 to 38. I didn't really do anything. I spent the days breeding and shearing my sheep for reasons you'll know in a couple of days. Day 39. I was getting ready for a big nether trip and decided to brew some healing potions. The only thing I forgot is glowstone, so I went to the nether and quickly grabbed some. I then brewed the potions and that's about all I did. Day 40 to 47. I went bed bombing in the nether. I know you might have wondered why I needed sheep, and it was for this reason. I needed beds and a lot of them. I wanted some ancient debris, which is what you smelt to craft netherite. So I abused beds in the nether to help me find some ancient debris. Every time I blew up a bed, I had a slight bit of anxiety that the bed would completely blow up and kill me, as it does a lot of damage. But then I found out that if you stand behind a block and detonate the bed, you take almost no damage. For 7 entire days, I was bed bombing in the nether, but I found a ton of ancient debris. Obviously, I needed to keep going back to my house for more beds, but when I mined up to get some more beds, I found a bastion. Day 48. I put all my ancient debris in the furnace. I then repaired my diamond armor as it was very beaten up from the bed bombing. In total, I got 33 ancient debris, which I smelted for 33 netherite scrap. I then crafted netherite and managed to get 8 netherite ingots. I then upgraded all my armor and my sword to netherite. All I needed were netherite tools and I had completed my first goal. It felt so good to finally have netherite gear. Day 49. Now that I had full netherite armor, I felt confident to go to the bastion. I heard 2 things about bastions, and one was that the enemies did a lot of damage, and the other was that the loot was very good. So I bridged over and looted a load of chests. I also found a few gold blocks which I took. Here, I got the closest to dying I have in this entire video. People were right when they said they dealt a lot of damage. I was in full netherite armor and almost died. After that, I ended up leaving because I really didn't want to die. Day 50 to 52. I decided I wanted to do some exploring. I hadn't really gone anywhere in the overworld, so I took my horse and left. I found a few villages, but didn't even bother to loot them as I didn't really think it was worth it. I also found another mineshaft, which was like the 4th one in this world, and as I was in a sand biome, I decided to look for a desert temple, and I finally found one. The chests actually had decent loot as well. I also took all the TNT at the bottom. Then I realized that I was 3,000 blocks away from my house, so I decided to go back home. Day 53. When I went out with my horse, I took a bunch of sugarcane as I needed some for paper. I crafted some bookshelves and added to my enchanting room. I crafted 2 more bookshelves and finally could level 30 my gear. Day 54 to 59. Now that I had a level 30 enchantment table, I went to the nether and grinded a bunch of quartz for levels. I enchanted a bunch of pickaxes at level 30, hoping to get fortune 3. I got very unlucky and didn't get fortune, but I combined an efficiency 4 and an unbreaking 3 pickaxe and then upgraded it to netherite. I then ran out of diamonds because of the amount of pickaxes I made. So I went back mining, got some more diamonds, and then went back to enchanting pickaxes and still didn't get fortune 3. Day 60 to 64. I decided to give up trying to get a fortune 3 pickaxe as I thought I was just wasting my time. I thought it would be a good idea to prepare for when I go to the end and fight the ender dragon. So I went back to mining quartz for levels so I could upgrade my gear. I crafted a new bow as my current one was only power 1 and was quite damaged. I then level 30 enchanted a new bow and got power 4 on breaking 3, which was really good. I then enchanted a ton of books at level 1 to upgrade my armor and my sword. I then made a protection 4 book and decided I would put it on my helmet as my helmet only had protection 1. I then put protection 2 and breaking 1 on my leggings. Now my full armor had protection 2 or higher. Day 65 to 67. I started day 65 by being greeted by a wandering trader. The trader was invisible, so I killed him, and then the llamas started spitting on me, so I hung the llamas on a fence. I then enchanted a shovel at level 30 and got efficiency 4 and fortune 2, which was really good. But of course it's a shovel, and for shovels you absolutely need to have unbreaking. So I went to level 30 a book to hopefully get unbreaking, but instead I got looting 3, which was really useful. Then once again I enchanted a ton of books at level 1. I combined the books and got a sharpness 4, looting 3 netherite sword. Day 68. Now that I had a looting 3, I went hunting for enderman. I'm stupid and forgot to start recording most of the day, but I ended up killing 3 endermen and getting 9 pearls. Day 69 to 71. I crafted 8 eye vendors to hopefully find the stronghold. I know you need 12 eye vendors to light the portal, but I wasn't planning on killing the ender dragon just yet, as I thought I wasn't quite ready. So I threw one of the ender eyes in the air and ran into the direction it went. I didn't know that you actually get the eyes back. Later on though, the eyes stopped dropping, which was quite weird. I didn't know if that meant I was getting closer to the stronghold or I've just thrown too many ender eyes. Then when I threw an ender eye, it went behind me, meaning I ran past the stronghold. I only had 1 eye left, so I decided to dig straight down and mine into the direction the eye went. And I found the stronghold. I looked around for a library, or of course, the end portal. I found a load of chests, but the loot wasn't that good. I then found the ender portal and set a waypoint. Right next to the end portal, there were 2 libraries, right next to each other. The first library, I got a protection 3 book, a protection 4 book, and a power 4 book. There was another chest hidden in the corner of the room with an unbreaking 3 book. Then I mined a bunch of bookshelves for books and headed into the other library. In the other library, there was only 1 chest with a looting 3 book, which was quite useless now, but I still took it. I then headed back the 2,000 blocks to my house. Day 72 to 75. I combined the unbreaking 3 book with the shovel I enchanted a while ago and upgraded it into netherite, then went back to mining quartz. Once I got 30 levels, I enchanted an axe and got efficiency 4, unbreaking 3 and upgraded it into netherite. I finally completed my first goal of having full netherite armor and tools. I then upgraded my bow to power 5 and upgraded my chestplate to protection 4. I also upgraded my leggings to protection 3. Day 76. I needed blaze rods so I could craft more eye vendors, and I wanted some so I could brew some potions ready for the ender dragon. On the way to the blaze spawner, a ghast attacked me out of nowhere. I one-shot him with my bow, which was really unexpected. I then killed some blazes and got 16 blaze rods, which I thought was enough. On the way back to the portal, I started getting attacked by a load of piglins, and the worst part is I had no food on me, so I could not regenerate my hearts. Luckily I made it out alive, but my god, that was close. Day 77 to 79. I finally went into the end. Before I went though, I brewed some potions. I brewed strength 2, health, and regeneration potions. I then crafted 9 ender eyes and ran 2,000 blocks to the portal. Once I got to the portal, I realized I forgot to bring blocks, so I mined some dirt. Then finally, I was here at the portal. I placed all of the eyes and then entered the portal. I started off by destroying the end crystals, as the ender dragon can regenerate his health from them. One of the ender crystals was too high for me to reach with my bow, so I started building up and got knocked off by the ender dragon. Luckily, I always carry a water bucket on me. I then built up again and managed to actually get up this time. I destroyed the crystal at the top and then destroyed a crystal nearby as well. I then did the most risky thing and jumped from the obsidian tower and landed the water bucket. Then I started to fight the dragon, as I thought all the crystals were gone, but there was still one left, so I built up and destroyed it. I'm an idiot and blew up the crystal while standing on 1 block, but luckily once again I landed the water bucket. Then I started to fight the dragon, as all the crystals were gone. After a while I ran out of arrows. I really should have put infinity on my bow, it was a little too late for that. Luckily after a while the ender dragon comes down to the ground and I got a ton of hits on him. He flew away, but shortly after he came back down and once again I got a ton of hits on him. I'm not too sure why I couldn't see the ender dragon's health. I knew he was low. I tried purling onto the dragon to see if I could kill him, but that didn't work too well. I waited for him to come back down, and this time I killed him. It felt so good to have finally killed the ender dragon, and now I have completed both of my goals I set for this video. Then of course, the credits came up. It's been so long since I've seen this. Day 80 to 83. I really wanted an elytra, so I went back to the end and pulled into the teleporter. I was looking for an end city and there wasn't one here, so I built up onto an island and then pulled over to a bigger island. I found an end city straight away. I got so lucky. Upon entering, I got attacked by a shulker box, so I killed him. Later on, I realized how annoying these shulker boxes really are. I found a room with a chest and got some decent armor. I built up, and the amount of shulker boxes attacking me, there was no way I was going to avoid them, so I just flew up with levitation. It was worth it. At the top, there was a chest with a Fortune 3 pickaxe. I finally got one. I found another chest, but this time just filled with iron and gold. I then looked around and didn't find much else. I did take a banner though, which I thought looked pretty cool. Then I bridged over to the ship. The ship is always the best place for loot. You always get an elytra as well. I built up and pulled to the ship. I thought I missed my pole, but if you watch it again, you can actually see that I didn't miss my pole and I actually pulled onto the shulker box particle thing, whatever he throws at you. In the air, I kind of panicked, and instead of pulling out my water bucket, I pulled straight at the floor, which somehow worked. I went back to the ship and this time made my pole. Inside there was a shulker box which I quickly took out. The loot in the chest was insane. Mending, protection 4, unbreaking 3, depth strider 3 iron boots. In the other chest there was a protection 3, unbreaking 3 diamond chest plate, and an efficiency 4, fortune 3, unbreaking 3 shovel. Then I took the elytra, and of course I took the dragon head on the end of the ship, and I flew for the first time. Then I went back home as my inventory was full. Day 84 to 88. I was sick of hearing the noise from the sheep. All I could ever hear when I was in my house was this. So I made a new cage for the sheep away from my house. I baited them in the new cage with wheat. I then flattened out the land and made space for a cage for my cows as well. Day 89 to 92. I mined down a bunch of trees to make space for a nether portal design I wanted to make. Then I headed into the nether as I needed some blocks for the design. The absolute worst thing that could ever happen, except from dying, happened. As I was traveling back to my house, a ghast appeared out of nowhere and blew out my portal. I was stuck in the nether. I had no flint and steel on me, so I just had to sit here and wait for another ghast to spawn. It took forever, but a ghast did spawn, and I redirected his fireball into the portal, which worked. Day 93 to 94. I started on the design of my nether portal. I finished it and thought it looked quite nice. And before you comment, yes, I stole the design from Google Images. Do you really think I'm that good at building? Day 95. I redid my farms, as before they were quite ugly. I put my potato farm next to my wheat farm, and I put the melon and sugarcane farm behind my house, which I thought looked much better. Day 96. I got started on the stable for my horse. I finished the stable and thought it looked pretty decent. At the end of the video, I'm going to show you what my house looks like with shaders on, so make sure to stick to the end if you'd like to see that. Day 97 to 100. I spent the last 3 days looking around in the nether for a bastion. Now that I had an elytra, traveling was so much easier. I ended up finding one only like 300 blocks from my portal. I bridged over and then entered. The first chest, I got a Soul Speed 3 book, which is really good. I found another chest with a music disc and some gold blocks. Then I walked up these stairs and got attacked by a gang of piglins. There were so many of them, I was scared I was going to die right here. So I ran away and I ended up jumping off and clutch blocking on the wall. I found a few more chests with decent loot. I then left and went back to my house. Well, I guess this is it. I officially survived 100 days in hardcore Minecraft. If you made it this far into the video, I really hoped you did enjoy it. I can't even tell you how long this video took. It took so long. So if you already haven't subscribed or left a like, please make sure to. I'd really appreciate it. And if this video does well, I'll make a part 2 where I'll survive 200 days in hardcore Minecraft. But I guess until next time, goodbye.